Hi guys! A lot of my friends ask me, what is Invisalign? Most of my friends, and patients too, but most of my friends will see me doing a bunch of Invisalign stuff all the time, lecturing, showing, doing to patients before and afters, and everybody's like, so what is it? So I am here to explain it, and I'm really excited about it because it's a big part of what my practice is, and it's actually incredibly exciting that we're able to do what we can with just very simple clear aligners. So Invisalign, it's basically an orthodontic appliance, and to simplify that, orthodontics is just the science and the art of the movement of the teeth, and we can do it with the traditional way, which works really well with brackets and wires, or we can do it with Invisalign, which is clear aligners, a sequence of aligners that have been planned digitally, all designed by us, the doctors. Everything has been planned from beginning to end. We know exactly where we want to go, and then all of those movements are done with the software, and us designing everything and planning everything in conjunction with the technicians. And once we have the full digital plan, then there's some manufacturing of every single tiny movement, computer controlled, so it's incredibly predictable and it's very controlled, so that minimizes the discomfort that's associated with the movement of the teeth. Invisalign has come a long way, and it's basically what is known for clear aligners. You might hear there's some other things or some other names that are associated, and people say it's Invisalign, and let me tell you, it's not. I am very familiar with all the companies that are doing clear aligners. I am very familiar with some of the things that people are doing themselves, and nothing comes close to it. And for me and for my patients, I will always want the best. That's what I've done on myself. That's what I do on my family, my husband, siblings, cousins, my team in the office, and that's of course what I'll choose to do for my patients. So of course there's big differences between traditional orthodontics, which is the braces, the brackets and wires, and the clear aligner therapy. So I would like to answer some of those questions, or some of the most frequently asked questions. So just to simplify it, it's a clear aligner therapy that moves teeth in little sequence, and that's basically it. Very simple, very predictable in the right hands, and that's really important. It has to be on the right hands. So basically the way it works is, after we've designed and we've sent to manufacture, we get something like this. We get a box of your treatment, okay? So this is kind of what it looks like, and I'm actually gonna also teach you what all those little numbers mean and everything. So this is a really good video for those of you that want to know what it is, or also for those of you that are just starting in the Invisalign journey. Congratulations, that's so exciting. And also so that you understand a little bit more of the details that maybe when you were at the dentist they already kind of told you, but you probably forgot, or you were just too focused on just the feeling of having something new and you weren't quite paying attention. So it's really cool because we get your full treatment here. Now, when I say full treatment, I always tell my patients is the first phase. And that's really important because I don't ever want to create unrealistic expectations. And I always call it the first phase because it's the bulk of the treatment. But once I'm done with that first phase, it's actually kind of the fun part, because then we're tweaking little details. The beginning is most of the alignment, and then once we're done with that, because it's very predictable, we're pretty close to where we want to be, but we always have to do some tweaking, either in your bite or in some movements that were a little bit stubborn that didn't quite happen, or if you weren't quite as good at wearing it 20 to 22 hours a day, which is what you have to do. Because they are clear aligners, you can put them on and you can take them off yourself whenever you want. It's not like brackets and wires that only the dentist or the orthodontist can put on and take off. The amazing thing about it is that it gives you a lot of flexibility. You can eat whatever you want, you can brush and floss, and you can do whatever you want. But the bad part about it is that I depend on you fully. So if you're not very compliant, if you're not very responsible, then it's just not gonna work if it's sitting in your desk. So it's really, really important to understand that it's incredibly predictable, works really well, it works really fast, but you need to wear it all the time. So we are so dependent on you, so that's why I always call it teamwork. Now these aligners, you, like I said, you put them on and you take them off, and I tell most of my patients to just take them off for their main meals. The official instructions for Invisalign will tell you that you can only drink water with them and you can't eat with them, and in some specific cases. So of course these instructions depend on your doctor. Please follow your doctor's orders. Don't follow me if I'm not your doctor. But make sure that you wear them as much as possible. So for the most part, for most treatments, you take them off to eat your main meals. And like I said, I'm very flexible with what they can drink as long as they always rinse. Because of course, if you drink soda and then you're leaving that there, and there's a chance of it getting inside of your aligners, and I don't want to cause any other problems. But at the same time, I know that the more you have them on, the quicker we can go. And we're talking about treatment in just a few months. So I have amazing cases that are just 4 months, of course, with the help of some movement simulation. I will talk a little bit more about that later. Let's go back to your aligners so that you understand. So if you just started on your treatment, congratulations, welcome to the club. What a great decision you've made, and this is not just for your teeth, it's actually for your overall health. So when you get your box, it depends on your dentist. They might give you the box, or they might just give you some aligners. And when they give you aligners, they'll probably gonna give you a few of these, and once again, it depends on your treatment, it will depend on what you get. Depending on if you're doing stimulation or not, depends on the number that you get, depends on what kind of movements, the complexity of your treatment, and if you're doing stimulation or acceleration, that will all dictate how often you change your aligners. It will dictate how often you see your dentist and all of the other instructions. So let's just call this a regular simulation moderate treatment. Most likely you'll be changing either, something between 5 to 7 days. And I'll want to teach you how to get a little bit familiar with your cases, because you will get something very similar to this. So in this little baggie, there's a ton of information for you. So, of course, you have your name, and you have the letters U for upper, L for lower. It'll tell you which aligner number you're on. So 3 of 5 in this particular case. This is a very simple case. 3 of 5, it'll say it means that this is aligner number 3. Remember, they're in sequence, so you start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this particular case. So it'll tell you you're on that upper and that lower, and sometimes there's different numbers, so that's why they'll tell you from the upper and the lower. There is a QR code for your Invisalign app, which is super cool. You can track your time that you're wearing it. You can track when to change it. I actually do recommend to download it if you want to be very interactive with your treatment. The other thing that's in here, it's the name of your doctor, Dr. Carla Soto in this particular case, and the kind of treatment that you're getting. So all of this is really important. In my office, on the notes part, we tell you guys the exact date to change it. We're like full service. So we tell you each little baggie will have very specific instructions. Now, if you download the app, then, that's really cool, because then you can really follow through with the app. And nowadays we do everything with apps. So I just thought that would be really interesting to say. Now, another thing that's really important to note is that your aligners actually have also some numbers on them. And same thing, these items are incredibly customized for you, not only for you, but for this stage that you're on. So if you're wearing Invisalign clear aligners, the little logo will be on your aligners. Don't get tricked into thinking that you're wearing Invisalign and you're wearing something else. Trust me, I have a lot of patients that tell me, but I was wearing Invisalign, or I was wearing Invisalign and it didn't work, and when they bring me what they were wearing, it wasn't quite anywhere close to what Invisalign would look like, but they just thought it was Invisalign. So there's some numbers on your aligners. Tiny, tiny. I don't think I can show them on the camera, but your upper tray will have the letter U and the number of the aligner on it. So not only does it say it in the back, but it also says it on the aligner itself, which I think is really cool because it's gonna get to a point where you don't even know what aligner you're wearing, so that you can just take it off and like put it on a surface and you'll be able to tell. It also has, of course, your serial number, which is very specific to you. The manufacturing of these things is just incredible. If you get a chance, you can check out the video of how they make it because it's super, super cool. So that kind of tells you a little bit about, you know, how the bags, what it says, how important it is to know a little bit of that. And the other thing that I think is really cool to see is when you start treatment, it's almost like, I mean, in my office, it's a full-on celebration. We take pictures, there's like, you know, welcome to the club, and you get it almost like you get your kit in a little gift box. And when you get the day that we deliver your aligners, not only do you get your bags with your aligners, of course that day you get the little attachments, so the little tooth color, that little buttons that we're very strategic about placing depending on the movement, and those buttons are tooth color. They're the same as color as the teeth, so they're barely visible. At the beginning you will feel them a little bit, but trust me, it helps me so much to really get to my goal so much quicker, and it's gonna get to a point where you don't even feel them anymore. So that day you'll get your attachments, you'll get your instructions, you'll see everything, what to expect, how long it's gonna take. I'll go over all the treatment with you. And also you get, of course, your aligners. That same day, I'll usually, if you're doing stimulation, I'll usually, you know, do everything all at the same time because time is very valuable, so I wanna get you going from the beginning. So I'll talk a little bit more about what stimulation is, but that day you get your little gift box, and on the gift box you have several things. Of course, you know, like a little booklet, but you have cleaning crystals that are gonna help you with keeping your aligners clean, and you also get your little box where you're meant, and you're really supposed to not have to use it much because it's supposed to be in your mouth, but this is where your aligners are supposed to be when you don't have them in your mouth. So let's say you're at a restaurant or something, and then you just put your aligners on your little case in your pocket. Never put them in a napkin in a restaurant on the table. Ask me how I know. That's the #1 way of losing your aligners, so please don't do that. So anyways, this is your little special box that you get. It's really, really, really nice. So that kind of covers a little bit on what to expect from not only knowing what Invisalign is, but what to expect when you come to your first appointment once you've decided that you want to take on this journey. So I am really, really excited for you to be considering this path. Remember, doctor-led, we design everything, we took care of everything, and now we're fully in charge and completely responsible for you. And trust me, that's a plus. That's a big, big plus. We can't really be moving teeth lost in space. We can't really be moving teeth separate from the person that we're moving. We can't really be moving teeth without taking x-rays. So that's why a full exam, making sure that everything is correct and you're ready to go with your alignment, that's the key. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.